Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Bloodshots. This is going to be episode number 11, where we sit around this table here and we talk about all things that are movies and television shows. Why is your face so red? Yeah.
I'm a white boy. Capillaries too close to the skin.
So joining us this evening, to my right, special guest star, Matthew Smith.
Of Doctor Who.
Huge Doctor Who fan.
Oh my
You guys
God,
don't
why
even
did
know.
This is the second time
You don't
done
even
this
know.
to me. I hate it.
To my left,
I hate it.
Aaron Schmidt, a.k.a. Captain Douchebag.
Whoa. South real quick.
It escalated. And I am your host,
Hi.
James. So,
I really do like your hat.
it's a great hat. It is. Do you want me to buy you one? I'll get you one.
Will you even wear it?
Yeah. Now he does wear hats.
Yeah,
He's got all
he
that
doesn't
floppy stuff going on up there.
Yeah, he doesn't really strike me.
My head doesn't like wear.
Wear.
It doesn't like...
What?
My head doesn't like headwear.
I don't like wears.
It doesn't like wears.
Alrighty. So in this episode, we are going to review Deepwater Horizon.
Those
Marky Mark.
motherfuckers.
Marky Mark
Fucking...
leading the way. John Malkovich again playing a douche.
Yep. He played a pretty good douche.
Yeah, but he's a good fucking actor.
A Louisiana douche.
Yeah. Bring out to the bayou.
A very profitable end for all
So,
of us.
Aaron and I saw Deepwater Horizon. Matt has not. Matt doesn't care that if we spoil it or not.
Post-credit scene, Marky Mark comes out with the Funky Bunch.
Oh yeah.
No shirt on.
Yep.
And does the whole routine.
Did you notice that he got a little pudgy for that role?
Yeah.
He wasn't like jacked Marky Mark
He was
like
still
he usually
looking
is.
damn good, though.
Oh, well, stop.
I still would have licked syrup off
He
his
loves.
nipples.
I don't know what it is. It's a man crush.
He's got a nice bod.
He's got a dad bod in that movie.
No, he
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
I have a dad bod, and I don't look
You've
anything
got a
like
pizza
that.
bod.
Yeah, that's a dad bod. Marky Mark looked Herschelicious.
Now he still had the upper body like he normally does, but he had like the little bit of a belly for the role.
You watch them Wahlburgers? I think you watch Wahlburgers.
That's a
You
good
watch
thing, I think.
Wahlburgers?
Wahlburgers.
Oh, no.
His show? Where it's like him and his fault brothers. And
See,
I've
you're
heard.
making her self-conscious
About
with
what?
your decisions on men.
Who doesn't? That's just insane.
There's a lot of people. Like and comment in the boxes if you do or do not think that
So
Marky Mark
if you
is
don't like Marky Mark, who do you like?
his brother.
his brother? Which one?
Donnie?
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here! Come on, Donnie.
You mean
Fucking what was that random punch?
You
What
mean
was that?
Down syndrome Wahlburger?
Oh no! And that's fucking
You mean
mean.
Sixth Sense?
That's bad. That's fucking bad, dude. Like for real. That was really. I can't do it. So,
basically, Marky Mark saves the day.
Bruce.
All you need to know, Marky Mark shows up. He's got a hot wife.
Game over. Hot wife, Kate Hudson. Oh my god.
Did you... Excuse me for being a little unsensitive here. But they show a picture of the real people afterwards.
Yeah. Didn't look anything like the actors.
Did you see the real wife?
Yeah. Nothing like the hot wife. The
Oh,
real wife.
I did see the making of the movie. They have it on HBO.
The real wife is what you would find in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus. Everything's bigger. In
Good for her, though. She got fucking...
It definitely was bigger in Texas.
I didn't say it.
I didn't say it. You implied it, though. No?
So, it was... It's her favorite sound.
I think she's ignoring you.
Becca, are you role-playing?
She's role-playing a new fiance.
Yes. Somebody save me!
He's a slurping blowjob Excel spreadsheet making Marky Mark
Single
slumming.
white female looking for non-slurping male.
Have you ever seen that movie, Single White Female?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
That was a great movie.
Who's that? That's Fonda, right, Bridget?
Yeah, and the other chick was she ended up being the crazy one from So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Oh, right. So, well, Deepwater Horizon is pretty good.
Yeah. So your initial thoughts?
Entertaining, lots of action, not a lot of character development story. It's not one of those movies.
I feel like you don't need that.
It's just a telling of what happened.
Yeah.
As best as we know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it happened fucking 6 years ago. Like, it's still fresh in everybody's minds.
So
You know what I
some
mean?
parts of the country.
So they,
But some parts of the country where it actually happened. Right? It happened in the Gulf, right?
Yeah.
Like all the people in the Gulf, they probably it's probably still fresh in their minds for some of them.
Yeah, like literally, like on their plate, like the fish is still in oil.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
There's a crazy scene where a bird who got hit by the
Pelican.
explosion of
Pelican.
of oil flies into one of the ships and is like bouncing around the control room and stuff. It's I almost cried.
There's a fucking
At one
giant.
point, I thought you were crying.
No, I did a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah, I got tear jerked up a little bit.
Weird.
Definitely.
Damn.
It
Which
was
part?
the scene when he was trying to get the chick to jump with him.
Oh, that wasn't
Andrea.
when I thought you were crying.
No, that was the only part that got me.
Does that hit home for you? Does that story hit home for you? Because you're from Florida, so
Yeah,
that's like,
I mean,
that's
I
down
was-
near, that's closer than it is for us. So
I'm in South Florida, so it didn't go down that far. It affected the coasts of like Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi,
Yeah.
and a little bit of the Florida Panhandle, stuff like that. And like those are the areas that it affected. A little bit of Texas, probably more Texas than what they let on. But like, it was only 41 miles offshore, Aaron, I think it said.
Yeah.
In the beginning. So 41 miles offshore, you have this giant fucking oil rig, right? Now, mind you, it's a floating oil rig. It's not even one that's like anchored to the floor or anything like that, right? So the only thing that's keeping it in place is the engines and the fucking drill line. And that's it. And it's so fucked up how like the beginning of it starts off with like inspections that were supposed to happen that didn't happen. Like they sent the team home that was supposed to test the cement that they put down there and everything, and like all of this stuff that just kind of they shortcutted, because they were already 43
BP
days
shortcutted.
Yeah, BP.
So you've got the owner of the rigs, and then you have oil companies who rent the rigs. So you've got Star Ocean or something, Transocean,
Yep.
who Marky Mark works for, and Kurt Russell, and they're coming to the oil rig via helicopter, and then all these people are leaving who do the tests, and they're like, "What? Where the fuck are you going?" They're like, "We're done." They're like, "How the fuck can you be done? It doesn't make sense. The time frame doesn't make sense." So they start talking to BP executives, who is John Malkovich, and he's like,
company men.
He's like, "We are satisfied with the integrity of our cement, whatever."
Yeah.
cement makers.
And they're like, "We need to test it." They test it. Tests don't go well.
Nope.
Ugh.
They tested.
Basically, BP are a bunch of fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Idiots. They're just like, "Do it. We need it. We're money."
Yeah,
We need
exactly.
money."
We don't care about lives or anything. Meanwhile, the thing that gets me is that they were so fucking hell-bent on timelines and money, but if what happened happens, like, you lose way more than you would gain. Because now you have all of the oil spilling into the fucking Gulf for 86 days, right? You lose a multi-million-dollar fucking oil rig, right? You lose stocks and profits, and the stock market crashes on your ass. You have to fire people. You know what I mean? Like, you're probably going to get a new CEO. You know what I mean? Like, there's way more loss by cutting corners than there would be to just be behind schedule for a little bit.
True.
And that's what fucking blows my mind with these conglomerate, money-hungry, fucktard organizations.
Yeah. Who should be, like you're saying, more focused on the like risk versus reward.
Yep.
Who should be the ultimate focus on that, but they're so reward focused
Yep.
that they're just like, fuck the risk.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like, and they have no idea. Like, it doesn't...
Killed 10 people.
It's like what they said in the thing, like, how much would that cement test cost you to run? $123,000?
And you're worth like
versus
$6 billion.
billions that you could lose? Like, come on. That's just fucking asinine to me.
It's cocky. It's asinine. It's crazy. So basically, the movie is them getting to the rig and then the explosion, right? Like,
Yep.
you get a little bit of like who Marky Mark's wife and daughter is, and he wants to get a fossil for his daughter. And then that's at the beginning and a little bit at the end, but it's just them going through this huge explosion and saving people, and and getting off the rig.
Yeah.
It's very actiony and
Yeah.
explosions and not a lot of dialogue in the middle. There's heavy dialogue before and after, but it's okay. I have a huge problem with the director. So the director works with Marky Mark on
Peter Berg
on Lone Survivor, true story of a army veteran.
You've probably seen that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tons of times.
And then he does this with Marky Mark, true story about the BP oil spill.
Yeah. True stories are in. Movies like that are in right now.
In the previews for Deepwater Horizon is a preview for Patriots Day, which is a true story about the Boston Marathon starring Marky Mark.
Yep.
And directed by Peter Berg.
Only 3 fucking years ago did that happen.
You mean the bombing of the marathon?
The Boston Marathon.
Yeah.
There's a trailer for that movie in Deepwater Horizon. And it goes, from the director of Lone Survivor and Deepwater Horizon. I'm like, motherfucker, I haven't even seen Deepwater Horizon yet. We're in the movie to see it.
Yep.
Like, why are you profiting and making movies so quickly off of these people's tragedies that you're going to put a trailer for your next movie in this trailer or in this movie? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm really not okay with it. I really am not.
Yeah, I was not okay with the fact that they're doing these events that are so, like, not that far away from what happened. 6 years for BP, 3 years for Boston Marathon. Like, what's going to...
Boston Marathon from someone that runs track and field. Like, that's...
Yeah.
Of course.
But what's going to come out next month? One of the police shootings that just happened?
Probably.
Do we need these stories is my big question.
Not this close. So here's the thing, like, if you want to do a true story movie, that's fine. The time, you have to have a good time frame. Like, doing a movie like that, I feel like, is good for informative purposes. Yeah, maybe to make people aware.
A lot of light on
20 years later, I'm okay with you doing that movie. You have new generations and stuff like that might not have been around or known. You know what I mean? Like, that's a good way to make people aware of stuff that could happen, that has happened. But within 5 years, 6 years for BP, 3 years, I mean, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Here's the timeline is a problem for sure. I have different problems though. So if you're gonna do a true story about something so recent, like we just talked about, Amanda Knox, right? That's 2002, 2003-ish, right? Do a documentary.
Yeah.
If you really want to be informative, don't pay actors. Don't build they rebuilt that fucking oil rig.
Yeah.
It is the most expensive prop ever built in a movie.
Yep.
To be informative, just do a documentary if you really want to tell that story. That's way more impactful than Mark Wahlberg and, running around in explosions and everything.
And
so you're saying that they are trying to be...
They're money grabbing on people's tragedies.
Yeah. They're making profits.
Make a documentary. If you really want to tell that story, make a documentary about it.
Well, that pisses me off if he's trying to do it with the Boston Marathon. That pisses me with...
and with Marky Mark again.
He's no runner? The dad bod? Come on now.
No, he's not a runner. He's one of the police officers.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, bullshit.
None of that. It's not about the running. It's about the catching of the guy and the bombing and all that stuff. Okay. So, like, also, that's my only negative thing about the movie Sully. I loved the movie. Didn't have to be made.
Nope.
Could have been a documentary. Still was a great movie. I still think it was too close to when it actually happened. Like, okay. To make a movie that's based on true events 10 to 15 years later, 20 years later, you're not in it for the money. To do it while it's still fresh in everyone's minds, you're still trying to get everybody that's experienced it already into the fucking movie theaters to make money.
Like, for all of those things, I watched the news. That was a part of my life. I wasn't in Boston. I wasn't in Texas or Louisiana or whatever, but I know what happened, right? You're making a dramatized series of movies about people's, like losses of people. You know, people died, and make a documentary. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
So like the part about
what do you think got us to this point then? What do you think caused it to be like this, where they're making movies like this now?
money.
Original ideas.
Yeah.
Original ideas are running out. Like, I was a kid, but I experienced the Challenger shuttle exploding in Florida off Cape Canaveral.
Shit.
I was in school, and we were watching it live because it was a thing of beauty. It was the greatest thing that they had done in a long time since, I think, Apollo, right? And it was huge. Every school was showing it on the TVs. And then to sit there as a kid, I'm probably 7, right? 6 or 7, whatever you are in first grade, right? That's where I'm watching the movie, watching the thing.
6. Or no,
Yeah.
no, 5 is kindergarten.
Yeah, it was
So
like 6 or 7. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
And that shit just blows up. And the announcers, it is so eerie because they did it right. When all of the facts were in, all of the investigation was in, technology got better for them to investigate what actually happened. They did a really good documentary on it. Never Hollywoodized it, made a movie or anything like that. And it's one of America's worst tragedies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
agree.
I think it was a crew of 7 or 9. I can't remember how many people died. One of them was a school teacher.
Yeah, they
You know
named
what I
a bunch
mean?
of high schools after them all.
Yeah.
Like a lot of high schools. Actually,
Yeah.
there's a mural at a high school here in Washington in their gym of that crew,
Yep.
in fact. So
The most interesting parts of Deepwater Horizon and Sully are the beginnings. Like the beginning of Deepwater Horizon starts out with the the
Trial.
yeah.
Like
I'm thinking of a different
like
word,
a
but
hearing.
the trial, and it's the guy who Marky Mark plays saying what happened. Basically, the lawyer or whatever is like, tell us the accounts of what happened that day. And they touch on something really interesting, which is like, tell me about their alarm systems. And he's like, there's different colors and there's different sounds. They're very different depending on what's going on. And he's like, did you hear any of those sounds? He's like, no. And they're like, well, why do you think you didn't hear them? And then they fade to black and we start to get into that. They never touch that ever again. Like, they make you think that they're going to reveal some new information of like some foul play or some fucking whatever. Like, why didn't they hear the alarms? Still don't know.
You could make a guess because of how Marky Mark ran through the list of all the systems that were failing on the thing when John Malkovich asked him, "Oh, what systems are you talking about?" And he ran through like 40 fucking systems like that. So you can make the assumption that that's why. That half the everybody said the rig was dead in the water, like it was a shitty rig.
Gotcha.
It was ready to fucking go. Like,
so the beginning and after of those movies where you're seeing the real people and it gets a little documentary-ish are the only times where like I get really into them. Is like I really was like, oh shit, they're actually talking to that guy. But then we're watching the dramatization of it and it's like, okay, this is fine. But then you get to the end again and you see the CNN stuff and all that, and it's like, that's what I want to see. I want to see interviews with that dude recounting the story. I don't want to see Marky Mark reenacting it.
yeah.
I don't want to see, as much as I liked Sully, Tom Hanks reenacting it. I would rather sit down with Sully and have him recount the story and then have actual footage of the courtroom where they're doing those reenactments.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking cool.
The one scene in the hotel room afterwards was pretty powerful, though.
Yeah.
With his wife and the kid, and he was just freaking out at every sound and reliving everything, and it's like, that was a really good fucking scene.
So yeah, I'm
like
not
I should
happy
see
with
it.
Peter Berg.
It's a good
Sounds like I
movie.
should see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good movie, but like,
It's a movie.
it's a movie that didn't have to be made, at least not right now.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
That sounds like it's going to be his MO. I think he's putting the nail in
The
the coffin
only-
with
the
his
only
way he makes his
reason-
movies, and could be putting himself in an early grave of a movie producer because he's doing these movies so soon.
He started out as an actor.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
known for producing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's like pumping out these true life stories
So
where
the
he's
only
directing.
thing-
Survivor I thought it was an amazing movie.
Yeah, so there's
So-
two things about
But
this
that's
movie.
Marky Mark, man. That is him in a nutshell of what he is. Like that's a great
That's the
role
one I
for him.
haven't seen, and I don't know if I want
Both
to.
the movies that he's directed and Marky Mark in it?
Yeah.
All three.
Three.
Oh, are you kidding?
Yeah.
They're
That's
true
Tim Burton
stories
and Johnny
with
Depp.
Mark Wahlberg.
So the two things that I liked about this movie well, one was interesting is that we were talking about before in the other podcast about manslaughter and murder and stuff like that. Like the 2 BP guys that said, fuck the tests, blah, 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 everything's good to go. They were originally convicted of manslaughter and then in 2015 were let go. All charges dropped. So that was fucked up. So number 2, the only thing that makes me okay with the making of this movie right now is that it's reminding everybody what a shit fuck company BP is, and I hope their stocks plummet again.
Yeah, totally.
Like, for real. It's like they pounded the Exxon Valdez disaster in the fucking, like, they pounded it in your face for like 10 years about the drunk captain, you know what I mean, that fucking crashed the Exxon. That was the worst oil spill before this fucking thing happened. Half the people don't even remember the Exxon thing anymore.
Like, they are responsible for 10 people's deaths.
Yep.
You survived. You need to pay for it.
Yep.
But they have enough money that they didn't have to. And that's fucking ridiculous.
Trillion dollar company, right?
Billionaire.
They were a billion.
Multi-billion. They were, yeah.
They were like $6-7 billion.
It's a good example. Just throw money at it. It'll go away.
Yep.
Eventually, right? Just keep throwing it at it.
Yep.
Shit.
Crazy, dude. It's a movie. It's an action movie, in my mind. Like, it's not even. It tells a story, and you would hope it's as accurate as
movies,
possible.
like in the last little bit, other than like Ted or something. But
yeah,
that's his movies. Like little to no story, just a bunch of action, and just throw it in. That's.
And that didn't used to be his MO.
No,
he's recently since Transformers.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
because that movie where he played the true story about the Eagles guy.
Philadelphia.
No, that was the fucking. You always do that.
Miracle.
That's hockey.
You're talking about the football movie where he plays where they do the public tryouts and he.
Yeah, he's the walk-on.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That was a good movie.
Yeah,
that was one of my favorites of his.
Yes, that was actually the name of the movie. 3 times the charm. That's good for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's third time.
Surprised they didn't say Avatar.
Avatar.
It's his other favorite movie. You like James Cameron?
I love James Cameron.
JC, baby.
I also love.
I loved Avatar until I started working at the establishment I work at, and Avatar is well.
So, Deepwater Horizon, good movie. Go see it. It's in the theaters. See it in IMAX because it's worth it.
I heard a knock.
That would be the doorbell, I thought. No, well.
I heard a knock. What do you want me to say? I didn't hear a doorbell. If I heard a doorbell, I'd have said I heard a doorbell. I heard a knock.
No, Bruce.
What do you want me to say? That's what I heard.
You're an asshole. That was
the
quickest.
Someone's here. That's weird.
That was the quickest 45 minutes ever. So next, Westworld. Westworld.
Would have been more interesting if it was in the east. I think.
No.
I think if it was eastward.
No. Stop. No. Westworld.
Eastworld.
Westworld. Re-adaptation of an older
Michael Crichton
sci-fi movie based in it was a Michael Crichton movie based in, it came out like the 80s sometime. And do you know anything about it?
No.
Seen the original?
I've not seen the original. I've heard of the original, and the show it looks amazing, and I can't wait to watch the first episode because it looks really good. I'm excited to start a new season, a new episode.
It's HBO, so you got to expect high production value, and they totally deliver.
And boobs.
Lots
There's
of
boobs.
Okay, so I want to get into this a little bit. So the show looks awesome, and now you guys are reiterating what I've said to people a lot of times: is that is HBO's MO.
Yeah.
HBO is
sex, bro.
Sex and violence.
They ease it down.
They ease it away. Yeah, it's usually first seasons, and then ease it away, and then they start getting into more story base, and then it kills the show that they're trying to do because you're so bought into like the sex, violence, and sex, rock and roll, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, sex sells, so it's like that's HBO. I mean, good example is True Blood. True Blood is sex, and
loves True Blood.
Gets so many people into it, and then towards the end,
Shiva is in True Blood.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Wow.
I thought you'd have known that.
and they
She
go
gets
away
naked
from it.
a lot.
I knew she looked familiar, but I couldn't remember what character she
Have you
played.
guys ever seen
Shiva Kamini.
Big Love? On
Yeah,
HBO?
I watched a little bit of Big Love.
I watched every.
That's the Mormon one, right?
Yeah, it was the Mormon where they did a bunch of sex and stuff like that, and then they got away from it at the end, and it was really like, what the heck is this show now about? Like, what is it all about? Like, about now like killing people and stuff like that. It was supposed to be about their lifestyle and like how it's so freaking weird and like people don't understand how they live and what they go through.
Yeah.
And then it just went off the rails. And I feel like that's what HBO does with everything. And I hope to God that they don't do it to this one because it looks really good. And like, yeah, give me the sex and rock and roll, but just
I think if you have a
your
better
stuff.
balance of male and
Yeah.
female, people don't talk about it as much.
Yeah. This show's I'm definitely roped in. Like that, I love the original number one. That was
should I watch the original before I watch?
You don't have to.
Okay.
It's
All right.
It'll give you a little bit of background, but it's not. They're doing it way better. They're doing it above and beyond. It's J.J. Abrams, and it's going in a fucking great direction.
All right.
Right. So, but the premise is still the same.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
And I mean, plus
That's pretty much all that's the same is
Yeah.
the premise. And then they just kind of they took his world and they're telling a different story.
Yeah.
I think.
yeah, but the same. I think like core plot is there.
Okay.
But it's got a great cast, just like the original with Yul Brynner. I mean,
Should I watch the original then? Just to get
if you want to, I mean, you don't have to.
Okay.
But it's always like I watched it, but I haven't seen it like 10 years.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's not fresh in my mind or anything. But it's really fucking cool. It's really, really like it's written well so far. They have a great cast. Evan Rachel Wood is in it.
So there's this world, right, where people pay.
Okay.
What?
Nothing. Not a inside joke with Becca.
About what?
And it's an inside joke. We'll make it an outside joke later.
It's gonna go on my phone.
That's what I do.
You didn't even finish your thought. Just gonna leave Matt hanging.
Yep. Come on now.
You can explain it. I mean, it's your thing. It's Westworld.
Yeah, but you tell
go
it
ahead.
better. You have a more.
I don't really know what's going on.
I want the media
Do
version.
the sound
right now.
effects.
I fell asleep.
No, you didn't. Well, a little bit
I
at the
snored.
end.
I woke
Yeah.
myself up.
Yeah. But it was like at the end anyway. You were pretty much done. So go ahead. It's about this world.
It's in the West.
I've seen the commercials for it.
It's sort of it. See, that's what I couldn't figure out. Were they actually in like the West? Like
I thought it was
it's
a
present.
made-up world. Like he
It-
makes the world completely like the blade.
Well, it's
from
present
the blade of
day.
glass to the people that are in it.
So like in the
It's like the
original,
Matrix.
yeah.
The Matrix. Red
In the original, you don't really see a lot of present day like where you are. You just know you're in a facility. This one, there's actually like outside views and stuff. It was like I'm trying to figure out like where they are. Like, are they in the desert somewhere? Like in the middle of like fucking Arizona or some shit? Like
It's definitely
that's
underground because there's no windows.
so the scene on the bridge part. Where was that? Because that definitely had view of everything.
I don't know. I was remembering about it.
Oh, okay.
Asleep by then.
Yeah, so there's an outside scene, which I thought was weird because I was trying to figure out like where they were.
Okay.
The story is that there are people who pay to adventure in this old west town. The NPCs, if you will, are these robots that have scripts built into them that adapt to the people visiting. So they go along their own paths unless a visitor or a newcomer is what the robots have kind of an entity, but not really, kind of an awareness, but not really.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so they're like, if a newcomer, which is what the NPCs call them, interfere with them, they have scripts for what to do in those situations as well. Otherwise,
Yeah.
they go along the same path.
I think they're called hosts, right? The robots.
Yeah.
So they're called hosts, and like, while they have a script, they're programmed to not deviate from that more than just like a little bit, or else things can go crazy. And they're not allowed to harm any of the people.
They can't.
Yeah.
You if they shoot a newcomer, nothing happens. But newcomers can shoot and kill and do whatever they want to the people, the hosts.
The third law of robotics. No, the first law of robotics. Can't kill humans.
But that's not applied here. This is because of the simulation. The simulation that occurs makes it so they
Like
can't.
Blade Runner over here.
A little bit. Yeah, a little
That's
bit.
what it sounds like. A little bit.
Shades of Blade Runner.
Yeah,
So
some
basically,
Blade
there's
Runner
this
in it.
day that happens, and then you
Love that
visit
movie.
that time, and that you follow Evan Rachel Wood, which is a host, and then James Marsden, who is I'm I don't know if he's a host or not because I think they're playing with it a little bit. He definitely can't hurt newcomers, so he's definitely a host.
And he's been shot.
Yeah.
And then he kind of just wakes up in the train again.
Yeah. But they're focusing on him so
Yeah.
much that it makes you think like something's up with their relationship. But their script is like he's coming back to visit her, and she's like, "Oh, you came back. I can't believe you came back. Whatever." Her father gets killed by what's his name?
Ed Harris.
Ed Harris. And James Marsden tries to shoot Ed Harris, can't because he can't do anything, and Ed Harris drags Evan Rachel Wood into a barn and does whatever he wants with her, basically.
Real quick on that scene, they hinted that Ed Harris has done that simulation before because he knows those characters.
Good to be back.
And he knows those characters because when James Marsden shot him, his name is Teddy, and he shot him, and then Ed Harris is like, "Oh, Teddy." And then he turned around and shot him and then took her, and he's like, "Oh, it's been 30 years that I've been coming here. You still don't remember anything, blah, blah, blah." And it's really cool. Something you missed in the coming weeks previews is that the focus is going to be on Evan Rachel Wood because they said that she was the oldest robot, basically, that she's been repaired so many times. She's like a brand new robot. So they make it seem like she's going to start to have these memories and everything. And there's one scene where a fly flies on one of the hosts, James Marsden's face, and he just ignores it because they're a fucking robot.
Yeah.
At the end of it, you remember that scene? At the end of it, the fly flies on her neck, and she swats it like this, almost like she's becoming human.
Like she can feel it.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was really super cool.
They did it once before as well, where a fly flies on someone's face and they can't feel it or whatever, and they don't really notice. But the ending scene is she swats a fly. So I think they're gonna toy with awareness and consciousness of
The
robots. Yeah,
the black chick has a lot to do with it too.
That reminds me of it has a little bit of feel of God. What is that movie now? I'm trying to remember the movie's called. It's a really creepy movie with he's like a kid and he's a robot, but he doesn't know he's a robot.
AI?
Is it AI?
Yeah, artificial
AI,
intelligence.
And he's like trying to find the happy place or whatever it was, and it's the facility that he was built in.
Yeah. So this
I had
one,
a little bit to it because like he's like doesn't know he's a human, and he thinks he's a human, real boy. And then, like he's trying to find his way, but he ends up getting helped by all the robots and different like the sex robot. And all that kind of
so like the creator of this world is Anthony Hopkins, and he's like people think he's a little mentally unstable.
Yeah.
And so what you missed is like the coming weeks. So Ed Harris has a purpose for being there, and he's called the Man in Black, right? So in the original Westworld, Yul Brynner was the Man in Black, and he was a robot. So that's how they're switching it here. So Ed Harris is human, and he's trying to uncover this, what he thinks is a conspiracy by Anthony Hopkins. So he's doing all of these things in this world that like you're not supposed to do and everything. And he's like on the hunt for all this stuff, and he's trying to basically prove to everybody that Anthony Hopkins is like a nut job, and like there's some bigger plan for this whole world. And it shows like the other hosts like breaking down, and like they try to decommission the black chick, and she like she wakes up in the middle of the decommission and grabs a knife and starts like, and like she's human. All of a sudden she's like human. You know what I mean? So like all that stuff is like what they're showing for the coming weeks. Wow, it's fucking amazing. I think it's gonna be awesome.
What was the deal with the shootout in the town? Like,
so what they did?
Who's that guy?
So in the earlier part of the episode, Ed Harris goes looking for that Spanish guy, like the sheriff. Remember when the sheriff brought the two people to the woods and then he stopped and his mouth went all crazy?
Yeah.
So they were looking for that guy. For that Spanish guy. He's like the most wanted guy.
Okay.
So...
And that's part of the script?
That's part of the script because those two people paid to be the heroes and find this guy, right? So what they did was they knew that the update is what were making the robots freak out. So the guy said, we have to roll back the update. And she's like, well, that's like 200 things. Like, we can't... And he's like, well, what we'll do is... we'll bring in the Spanish guy to start this big war in the city, and that way they can have a lot of dead hosts everywhere and just pull them off and roll back the updates, and the customers don't know anything.
That's why they did the thing where like it raises up and then isolates them.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And also that they had scouts from in there like tagging the hosts, so they can bring them out of there and do a lot. And Evan Rachel Wood is one of them. James Marsden's one of them. And that's where they take them out, and they have to evaluate all of them to see which ones are, going to get decommissioned because they're too fucked up.
What's unclear is how you leave and enter physically or mentally. I don't understand how that happens if you're matrixed and like you're put into it, and then
or like the cell where you're like laying on this thing and wearing the suit and you go in and they give you like an antidote.
Yeah, I think that's like a later reveal.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah,
because it's pretty.
Because you just see like that world facility, world facility.
And that world is like this map.
Yeah,
that's on this huge desk that people walk around.
It's like if you've ever seen the Hunger Games.
Yeah,
it's like the big game table.
Yeah,
that they've got there, and they're like doing this here's here blah blah blah, and they're doing all that shit.
That's what it looks like. Yeah, and that's how you see Westworld or whatever.
I'm excited to watch it. I'm really excited to watch it.
It's really good, really really good.
All right, sweet.
Moving along, we have. Was there any trailers that we saw there that were good, that were new? I think they're all the same trailers, right?
There was a new one.
Which was the new one?
Do you remember? Because I don't.
There
was a new one. We got to see Gal Gadot in her lingerie again.
Yep. Then there was the Spider-Man.
The Spider-Man Hacksaw Ridge.
Yep.
Then fucking... Oh, Star Wars.
Oh, I think Rogue One was the new one.
May have been.
Because
but that was in the middle. There was a new one at the end, I thought.
Oh, was there?
I don't know.
The one at the end was the Matt Damon one again.
Matt Damon.
The Wall.
Mm-hmm.
Great Wall.
Again?
No, but he needs help. He always needs help.
I think Star Wars was the new one.
Yeah, so they had a pretty cool Rogue One trailer because that was Rogue One's coming out in IMAX.
Yeah.
Not 3D.
Because I just saw, I don't know if it's the same one that I saw, because I went and saw, what movie did I just go see?
Magnificent, right?
Yeah, Magnificent 7.
Yeah.
And they had is it the same trailer that was in that?
Probably.
Okay. Because that's like one of my favorite things to do is when I go see
Looks
movies,
really good.
go get early, and I like to watch all the trailers in the very beginning.
Yeah.
That's like my thing.
The cool trailer that dropped yesterday was the new Pirates of the Caribbean trailer.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
Me neither.
The thing that me and my
looks
fiancé
promising.
watched together, so.
It looks promising. It's a teaser trailer, so you don't really see too much. But like you have Javier Bardem as like the Spanish pirate. We're gonna ignore that.
That wasn't me.
That wasn't me. It was my stomach. No, that was the stomach, not to the other end. All I smell in here is chicken wings. I gotta go. I'm gonna do it again.
Crop dust me on the
I'm gonna do it again.
I gotta go.
It's coming. So we were talking about. Remember Javier Bardem? I showed you the trailer.
You should. Oh no, I walked over when you guys were watching it,
Yeah.
and then you were like, "This guy's in it," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"The bad guy," and I was like, "Oh," because I'm terrible
Yeah.
at actors' names. You like start naming off names. I'm like, "Who the?"
So
fuck
why
is
it's
that?
why it's
Oh.
promising for me is they're bringing Orlando Bloom back, which I think is cool, but it's not Gore Verbinski this time.
Ah,
It was
So you're getting a different director.
It was Yul Brynner. This dude loves League of Their Own and Yul Brynner.
Bruce likes Yul Brucey, can you tell him to shut up?
You look so scared.
hey, look at him! Look at me! Yeah, I'm like,
Who is this guy? Who is this guy?
I've seen you before.
Big Brucey.
Have you seen
I
my
don't
twin?
remember.
You
Is
just
the
don't know
flopper.
who I am.
So I've only seen the first Pirates.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to marathon it for you.
It's the only one worth
I'm gonna need
watching.
you to say Pirates.
You
of the
don't
Caribbean.
know.
I'm gonna need
The
you to say
last
Pirates of
one's
the
not very
Caribbean
good.
because
The second
there
one
is
was
a
okay.
sex
Yeah.
movie called Pirates, and that makes me think that you.
Because they did
You've only seen the
they
first
did a
Pirates,
weird,
which is
like
The
a
stuff
fourth one.
parody,
Yeah,
the
that's
porn
the last
parody.
one.
That was horrible.
it was the
Worst.
most expensive.
Stupid.
The fucking
When it
lady
was
The
bird.
released, it was
mermaids
the
and
most
shit,
expensive
yeah.
porn ever produced.
Yep.
They actually spent like
I have seen that
actual
actually.
money on it, and
I have seen two Pirates then.
I was sad when Orlando Bloom left Pirates. I wanted him to stay.
Yeah.
which one did he leave? Which one was he?
After the third one,
The third one.
because they made him the new Davy Jones.
Oh yeah, that's right.
There
I've
was
seen
Look
a
over
bunch.
the-
I just It's usually
Which is the
background
one with the
movie
big
now for me.
CGI octopus?
That's
That was the
big-
third one.
Yeah, that's
God,
the
that one
third
was terrible.
That was
That's
terrible.
Kraken.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Maurice the Kraken.
And then there was the Black Tides.
That was the
worst
shitty one.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was the
That
good
was so
one.
bad.
No.
That was the good.
Yeah, that was the worst
No.
one.
That's the fourth one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
On
was the-
Stranger Tides.
Yeah.
That was the
Correct.
That was
but
the
I thought
stupid
there was
mermaid
Black
one.
Sails too.
No, Curse of the Black Pearl was the first one.
That's the first one.
Yeah.
Oh.
The one
Then
that
the
was
s-
based off of
yeah.
the ride, and then they
Then the second one
What second
was the where they're looking for.
They're looking for Davy Jones.
Yeah, they're looking for Davy Jones, and they get the heart in a box and all that shit.
Yeah, and then that ends, and then the third one is them like fighting Davy.
Yeah. Which is Dead or no. The new one is called Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Yeah.
The third one was the one where they actually like part of the ship, part of the crew, like Orlando Bloom meets his father on the boat and all that shit.
Part of the shit.
Mhm.
I do
And then his
remember that.
father fucking kills him.
Yeah. But they're bringing back.
Spoilers.
So they're, so they're
What?
bringing
If
back.
you haven't seen it by now, I'm sorry.
So Curse of the Black Pearl.
Yeah, right? It's like,
Dead Men's
Like,
Chest.
bro, it's been
Yeah,
out for a
Dead
while.
Man's Chest.
it's like all on Netflix.
Shh. At World's End.
Yeah, that was
That
the
was
Kraken
terrible.
on Stranger Tides.
On Stranger Tides, which I
Mhm.
thought was good.
No.
Yeah,
and
it was
then-
a stupid mermaid one.
Oh, okay. So I thought that was a good one. But Dead Men Tell No Tales is 2017.
Mm-hmm. I think that one's gonna be really cool.
I don't
'Cause
know,
you have a really good like story with the Spanish pirate who is the enemy, right? Then you have Orlando Bloom coming back. You have Jeffrey Rush coming back, who's Captain Barbosa.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be
Barbosa.
so he's gonna be back in it.
Good character.
Almost fell on your head. And then
Please be careful.
and then obviously Johnny Depp and everything. I'm okay with no Keira Knightley.
Oh, she's not coming back?
No, she wants too much money, and which I'm fine with. I don't like her anyway.
Is he coming back as Davy Jones still?
Who?
Like Orlando Bloom? Is he
Well,
still-
the owner of the boat, yeah.
Yeah.
Like he has to helm the boat, yeah.
Only
Because he,
he has to have a kid, right? I want him to have a kid.
yeah.
Be
Which
the first-
that's what I'm
They'd be
curious.
the first kid in their series, right?
Yeah,
Did anybody have a kid?
I'm trying
Are
to
they gonna
I'm
try
trying
to
to
keep it
figure out
going,
like
huh?
where they're gonna go
Yeah.
with how Keira Knightley left the like him, because she was supposed to wait.
Yeah, remember because
Mhm.
of the third movie, like he comes because he can only be on land once every 7 years.
Yeah,
Yep.
So he comes and like has his time with her, and
Yeah.
then it leads to him maybe having like you assume that
Yeah.
they're gonna have a baby, like that's because
Which,
he leaves.
it'll be cool to see where they go with this since Gore.
Bruce.
Did he leave you a nug?
A few nuts.
Ooh, the guy who's writing it wrote Indiana Jones 4.
Oh,
Really, baby?
Who?
the Crystal Skull one. That's not good. That's
Both
not
of you guys
good.
are like, all right, well, my opinions
And
on this movie's
the-
changed
the
real
new-
quick.
The new directors are these two Spanish guys. They've
Mhm.
only directed Spanish movies.
Hmm.
This is their first American movie.
Maybe it'll be good then. Because then
Maybe it'll be good as Crystal Skull.
It might be fresh.
Maybe let's get his Crystal Skull.
It might
Crystal
be fresh.
Skull. Crystal Skull was
Would you
fresh.
stop Nintendoing it?
Crystal Skull was fresh.
What?
Is that a thing now? Nintendo ain't?
Yeah. Because I'm saying the NX will fail based on the Wii U sales, which is valid information.
It's a valid opinion, apparently. But he's not
It's a
allowed to have an
negative
opinion.
No.
You
Only
have to have a
positive.
positive opinion.
Sorry, I brought it up.
The Wii U is a successful console. I could lie.
I'm a robot. Oh God! Oh, that just hit me. It's horrible.
Your stomach?
No, that Bruce's stomach.
Oh, it hit me too.
Oh God!
Delicious.
That
I'm
onions.
lying.
Yeah, is that
Is that
onions?
onions?
Ketchup?
Did it finally catch up to you?
Yeah.
Is that onions? and
Is it
ketchup?
hoses?
The tuxedo thing's kind of a dick move now.
Rebecca! Oh God! We need Febreze.
That's
Yeah.
So Pirates of the Caribbean.
At least your face
Is
in
that
it.
if that's not an omen for how the new one's gonna be? I don't know what it is. If the new one is shit, I'm gonna talk about this podcast.
Oh God! I can't even do it. I can't even do it. You have to take over.
Now
for
you
me.
know how I felt when you crop dusted me on the way out.
It doesn't smell that bad.
It did.
No, it didn't.
How would you know? You walk out the room.
Because I went and took care of it over there.
Guys, at least your face isn't by it. I don't want to hear any
Your face has to be fine. It's your dog. Oh, God.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Let's just...
On Stranger
Let's talk about
Tides.
power.
Yeah, the power of love.
Oh, really?
so bad. My eyes watering.
I'm
onions.
mad. I'm impressed.
Go ahead with Go ahead with the last one.
What is the last one?
Top Michael Crichton movies.
Oh yeah, let's look up Michael Crichton and we'll talk about his best stuff.
Didn't he do the Pelican Brief or something?
He did Philadelphia or Miracle.
Rock for breeze anywhere?
Yeah. It's in either the bathroom or under the sink in the kitchen.
So we have ER.
Who is it? Michael what?
Michael Crichton. So the guy who directed or who wrote the Jurassic Park book. That's what he's best known for.
Jurassic.
The Andromeda Strain. I didn't know that was him.
Interesting.
Westworld in 1973.
Mm-hmm.
The Great Train Robbery. Jurassic Park in 93. Jurassic Park the video game in 93.
He made the video game?
Well, he wrote the video. Basically, they just copied the book.
Oh, yeah. Back in the day when it's like, movie came out. Let's make a.
He
really
wrote
shitty movie.
motherfucking Twister. The
Wow.
best movie of 1996
That was a good movie.
with
I
Helen
like-
motherfucking Hunt.
I like Twister.
Twister
Twister's
was a
the
good
shit.
movie.
He had Bill Pullman.
Bill fucking Pullman.
That was like the era when they were like, dude, we could probably make like a really crazy storm as a movie.
Sorry, Bill Paxton.
Yeah, what did we say? Bill Pullman?
Bill Paxton and Carrie
Who's
Carrie
Bill
Elwes. Huh?
Who's Bill Pullman?
The president from Independence Day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
ER.
Wow, he did ER? No
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That's what I think that
he
was
created ER.
that was like a big George Clooney boost. Was that fucking show?
Mm-hmm. That's it. So he did they did an Andromeda Strain miniseries, and then ER, and then wait. ER ended in 2009.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was on for a while too.
ER
90
show.
94 to 09.
Sphere. Did you ever see Sphere?
I think I did, but I don't
not
remember.
do Pelican Brief. Pelican Brief is John Grisham.
That's okay. He's the guy that does most of the lawyer and fucking stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
So in The Office, Michael Scott is being deposed, and the first question is, "How long have you known the defendant?" And he says, "I haven't seen it yet, but I am looking forward to watching the Pelican Brief."
Love that shit. Sometimes I start
That's
a conversation
awesome.
and don't know where I'm going, and just hopefully I find it on the way there.
Hopefully I find it. Don't, for any reason, do anything.
So out of all
anyone.
those movies, what's your
For
favy?
any period of time.
What's your Oh, he did Rising Sun? Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, Rising Sun's
Yeah.
Oh, that's not the one I thought it was.
Sean Connery and Wesley Snipes.
Rising Sun. With my partner, Wesley Snipes. Michael Crichton is the best writer of our generation.
Red October.
Man,
Right here.
out of the ones that he's wrote,
Written.
I'd have to. No, you can still use that.
You can't say
Wrote's
wrote.
fine. Yes, you
No, it's
can.
not.
You can't say tooken, but wrote is okay.
Wrote is not okay.
Yes, it is.
Eroding. It's written.
I'd say
Say it.
Westworld #1, Jurassic World #2, or Jurassic Park. Sorry, Jurassic Park #2, and then
Jurassic Park's #1 for sure.
probably Twister.
Jurassic Park, Twister, Westworld.
Westworld.
Andromeda Strain's pretty fucking cool too, though.
That I haven't seen.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta
I'll
watch
have to
that.
check that out. He's got 3 upcoming projects. One is called Pirate Latitudes.
That was one of his last books. He's dead now, I think. Is he not? Is he alive? Hold on.
He is the,
I
one
heard
of
he
one of
died.
them did. Yeah, he died in 08.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
So I believe one of that book you just said was one of his last ones.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
And there's also something called Micro coming out where he did the screenplay for. And then he's getting, obviously, credit for the Jurassic World sequel that's coming out soon.
Jurassic Universe.
2018.
Oh, it's called really.
Jurassic Cosmos.
It's called Untitled Jurassic World Sequel.
Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, Jurassic Land, maybe?
Jurassic
World 2.
Jurassic Island.
Jurassic Samsung commercial?
Explosion?
Jurassic Planet.
Word association?
Maybe Planet.
Note 7.
Jurassic.
Fire.
Chris Pratt is awesome.
Go way into the future, and then they just build a planet. For
Washing
all the
machines
dinosaurs.
exploding.
Ooh. I would travel to a planet filled with dinosaurs.
Yeah. Like
Okay,
let's
no
take
man's sky.
let's just
It's
take a
No
book
Man's
out
Sky.
of
That's what it is.
out of-
That's
Those
what
are
it is.
tarred animals that are.
and they find like a,
That video now.
I'm hungry. End it.
All right, we are going to end because we're all hungry, and you guys are probably hungry for us to stop recording. So, thank you for joining us again on another edition of Bloodshots, episode number 11, with special guest Matt Smith,
Thanks for the invite.
unspecial guest Aaron Schmidt, Becca Tech in the background, Bruce pooping on the floor. Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to the stomach noises.
and again, if you guys like what you see, head on over to social media outlets, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, you name it, we got it. Leave some nice things to say, please. Can we get $1? Can we just, patreon.com/derail, can we just get $1?
I'm on the show.
$1. All right, guys, good night.